Some people call this a thin place, that you just feel spiritually so much more connected to God and to nature and the sea, and everything is just on your doorstep and you're just surrounded by a lot of peace and calm.
Sometimes waking up in the morning, it's just everything's so quiet, calm, and it's, there's nothing better.
People come to the islands for a reason. They move here because of the lifestyle, the peace, the quiet.
And here you just go 2 seconds in any direction and you have scenery, and you can be alone anywhere, it's kind of heaven.
My core passions are probably my faith, the church, and the sea, and the community, being involved in the community. And my boat is called Guiding Light. That's basically part because of my faith, and also because the name of the company is Uillinn Chumhas and the Lighthouse, which is a guiding light. So to me, that's the two are linked in that way. And then obviously doing these tours means I can get around, I can show the island, places I grew up, things that are important to me, tell others about them and share them with others so they can enjoy them as well. There's no anonymity here. That's probably the one thing, and certainly when we moved away from here first, one of the things that we recognised about Glasgow was you were totally anonymous. You didn't know anybody. And driving down the road, you weren't going, lifting your hand, waving to people. I'd moved up here for 2 months and my next door neighbour didn't even know I'd gone. Now that would never happen here. If someone notices your light hasn't been on, they're on the phone, are you not up, are you well? The communication network in the islands is far faster than the internet.
The main strong points of life in the Western Isles is that we do work together. We have to work together. I think a lot of that comes from crofting. So maybe you'd be cutting peats out on the moor and families would be coming together to help with that. It might be the harvest. So people who have been working together for generations because they had to, and that is kind of reflected in modern life as well. It's easy to look at it through rose-tinted glasses and think that it's such a perfect lifestyle. But, you're here today. It's not the best day, but if you were here 6 months ago, when it's not daylight until maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you've got horizontal rain or hail in your face, you've got 80-mile-an-hour winds, and you still got to do the stuff. You can't say, well, I'm going to have a day off today. You still have to do the work. You have to look after the animals. We can focus on culture and way of life, but if the economy isn't here, then these people have no reason to stay here. Young people will clear off, and you can't blame them.
We do have a problem with depopulation, and it's nothing to do with people not wanting to live here. It's to do with the number of young people coming through the school system and out the other end. And although we do well in trying to find them positive destinations, inevitably a lot of young people want to go to university. That opens up a whole new world of opportunities. And what we find, the phenomena that we find is that young people go to university, they then have a job on the mainland or somewhere else, and then after 10, 15 years, they come back, and this is where they want to raise their family. As islanders, we're used to making the most of opportunities when they come along, and I do think that it's very easy here to get involved in very many things. When I moved up, I thought I was going to have more time than I did down south, and I have I am really pushed for time now. So that gives you a sense of how easy it is to get involved in a lot of different things.
One of the things that the island has kind of given me is the inspiration, really, to basically create my art. Sometimes what I might do is say, I might go to maybe Skye or go to Harris and get inspiration from the beaches or landscape there. And then I'll just take photographs, take ideas back. The way I kind of do my landscapes is I like kind of for the viewer to sort of see a location that they're familiar with. So, you know, there might be maybe a landmark that I might paint and then they'll see it and then they'll see it sort of, you know, in kind of a sort of a different light. When I first started painting, which is probably about 10 years ago, I sort of started contacting galleries, emailing them even my work. And then as the years progressed, it started opening up doors to getting into galleries. So the things that the island has kind of given me is the inspiration, really, because it's kind of on my front door as well. I mean, I only just have to walk down the road to go to the beach to find some inspiration or a car drive away. Yeah, I think for that reason, I'm happy that I've been kind of gifted with that.
My connection with Ireland was when I met Elsa on the island of Gran Canaria, and we started coming here in 2010. And so our family was here.
We got married here,
We got married here in 2011.
just up the
And on
road.
the 1st of June, it'll be 10 years married.
Last year, we spent the entire summer writing music on the island. And for me, inspiration is just being out here along the coastlines. They're just incredible. And the Celtic history here is absolutely fantastic. I haven't really stayed in one place for most of my life, more than a year or two, and it's always moving around, and you're changing countries and you're changing villages and you're changing towns, and it's kind of following the music but other things in life as well. And I've always dreamed of having my own place. And yeah, I couldn't imagine it being in a nicer spot.
My time in Glasgow was, I was in there for 1 year in college, and I also went down to try and get some employment. I just felt that I needed to come back for, I don't know what reason, but there's just something that always seems to drag you back here.
No matter where we've gone across the world, home is always back in the island, and we talk about homecoming, and certainly coming home here was always the highlight of the summer for us.
The word Cianulus doesn't have a direct English translation. It kind of means homesickness, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're away from home.
I grew up in Aberfeldy. We were on a croft, basically. It was a small holding on a mountaintop. To me, it was the most beautiful place in the world. The family left there when I was 17. They came here, and probably all my life, I have had Cianullis for that spot until we had a home. And now that's completely gone for the first time. I have a home. It's just transferred from my childhood home to now my adult home.
And there's quite often I'm out in the moor, and there's an old sheep pen there that was used before my time. But when I reach that, and then I often think, how many generations of crofter before me used this sheep pen, and it's kind of forgotten about now. There are old sheilings out there, old buildings that are out there that people used to spend their summers in. They'd be grazing their sheep and cattle maybe a mile out on the moor while crops grew at home. And I often think about the people that walked the same route that I walk these days, but every so often I get hit with this cairnless that reminds me of the generations I went before.